welcome to Football Weekly. I'm joined by Steco and Pezzy. No Boiler today. Boiler's getting a fucking massage with a happy ending in Belfast as far as we're aware.
Oh really?
Oh, that's...
Arsenal supporters need to get what they can where they can. He's not here, so I can say that. He'll defend himself next week. So fellas,
He'll come forth.
he comes fourth. Fifth this year. Head of us, like, but fifth this year. How are we with our club's transfer window so far? Pezzy, Liverpool supporter. First one on the show. How happy are you with Liverpool signing so far? Like you said, signed a world-class striker. I think it's brilliant. Not a hint of sarcasm in this voice.
Is that very slanky?
Slanky.
I always thought it was
He goes downstairs like a fucking slanky.
I honestly thought his name was Solanke, and I thought that sounded a lot better. And then I heard him saying his name in one of the pre-season matches.
My name was Solanke.
Yeah. Solero. I think I sent you a picture of the rest of Solero.
Yeah, you did.
We signed Solero. No, I'm happy enough at the minute. I'd like to see a lot more activity between. To be honest with you, the market seems to be completely up the left.
The market's ridiculous.
He doesn't seem willing to pay money.
Is it? But this is the problem with United, right? There's one thing Sam, Klopp and Mourinho don't want to spend the money. It's the owners. Like, don't forget, our owners take money out of our clubs.
Yeah, well, I suppose, yeah. You see, the thing is, as well, is that I'm sure the managers are looking at themselves like, spending 70 odd million, 80 odd million on a player is a bit nuts.
I agree with you.
It's absolutely nuts.
The window is so, like, exaggerated in price. Like, you're talking like Matic and Perisic have been quoted to United for 40 to 50 each, and then like, you're talking about 28 and 29 year olds.
Yeah.
Like, you think about 3 years ago we got Van Persie for 28.
What's the Walker go for?
50.
Yes.
Mendy is the most expensive defender of all time.
What was he again?
55.
That was 51.
55.
It's, I don't know. And the problem thing as well too is that how much the club's expecting up front.
Here's my issue, right? The politics of football confuse me. You have FIFA and UEFA that are trying to regulate transfers, right?
Yeah.
They brought in financial fair play. Manchester United are the richest club this year, followed by Real Madrid and Barcelona. Real Madrid can't afford Mbappe without selling. They've sold £100 million worth of player. So they've sold Morata for 70 and Danilo for 35. And they still can't afford Mbappe, even though they're second richest club last year in fiscal terms.
Yeah.
Man City have already spent 200 million, which is more than the Bolivia and the Czech or the Congo. But what I was wondering is, how did the clubs like City, who spent more than countries do on their own defence, spend 200 million on defenders?
Couldn't wait to bring that up.
Couldn't. Like the last football podcast where brought up Liverpool, I just can't wait to bring that statistic in.
I don't know. I mean, from a fan's point of view, you see all this money floating around, and it's just figures, because in our lifetime we'll never see the 40 millions and the 50 millions minus a lottery. So it's sort of...
It's ridiculous money. And like Kyle Walker, last year I think I mentioned I wanted Kyle Walker, and I was like, if you got him for 28 million you'd be fucking over the moon. Because like that's top price. And like this year we went for 50.
Steve's going to disagree. Like, why would you want him?
I don't like him at all.
But I like Kyle Walker for what he brings to the team. I don't think he suits City. I don't know how Pep is going to fucking use him, because it doesn't make sense to me. I was explaining last week, for anybody who wasn't listening last week, Pep likes playing wing backs in the centre midfield position, so whenever a wing back pushes forward, which is Walker, likes Danilo or Mendy will like come back into midfield and drop back into the wing back positions.
Yeah.
So we're still at 4 at the back, maybe 3 if the centre defender's playing the ball, but he likes ball playing defender, like Piqué. But my issue is Kyle Walker is very slow to come back, so if they're hitting the counter attack, like Danilo's not the best defender in the world. Real Madrid stole money from City. They stole money, like he's not worth the money they spent on him. 30 to 35 million.
No, definitely not.
Like, Danilo was Carvajal's backup. Let's be honest about it. Well, 9 games they played last year, Steve, we were good at this sort of stuff. 15?
Danilo. He
3 quarters.
He played a couple of games in the league. Whenever, obviously, I think there was a few games that Carvajal was red carded, and then there was just a few games where he was brought in.
Yeah.
But other than that, there I think Champions League games he played a couple.
Right.
So I don't know. I think probably in and around the lines of about 15 to 16 games last season.
It's like the same as Morata. Do you know, like how are these players that are second string in their team? There's Anto Sanchez is another one.
Well, Liverpool sold Benteke.
Yeah, you sold Benteke for more than what he was worth, even though he had a shit season.
Yeah.
And that's where the start of the market going up was, with like them sort of transfers, because like United done a few of them transfers that year.
Did you look there? Markovic has been linked with a 16 million move to Florentino. What has he done?
What's he done to deserve 16 million?
Who?
Markovic.
Who?
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly it.
No, I didn't hear what you said, sorry.
But it's nuts, like, I mean, you sort of look at it and think to yourself, like, where's the market value there? There is no actual, it's just these inflated prices that seem to be battered around.
And people are happy to spend it. Yeah.
But then I suppose you have to remember too is that the Chinese clubs buying an awful lot of those players, you know, bring them across for massive money, has to affect the market to some degree.
Yeah, but I have a major issue with it. Do you know, like, all these foreign investors aren't supposed to be able to put money towards their club's transfers. This is why I'm trying to get at with Real Madrid. Like, they can't spend money. United are struggling to spend money. But then you have City and Chelsea who are owned by rich owners who are providing money for their club, but they're not supposed to be. So how does it work?
Do you think wasn't Real Madrid had a transfer ban at one stage and then magically it disappeared?
Yeah, but that's an issue for me.
It was more so the fact that it got reduced, it didn't
Do you
disappear.
know, I don't get the you know, Liverpool Southampton and Van Dijk. They got called out for tapping up, and still all the same, they came out and they apologised, and then it was sort of waved away. I don't think you could wave it away so easily. Look,
No.
if you were tapping up, that was it. Unless it was a scare tactic to try and keep him. Which is a potential, like, there's potential there that they're trying that. But still the same. And there's, like, Coutinho in the last 2 days. Barcelona, the newspapers in Spain are saying that Barcelona have agreed terms with him, but haven't agreed with the club. Is that not an example of tapping up to an extent?
There's a legality where you can talk to the agent, but not talk to the player. But if your player is represented by the agent, then the agent has the right to negotiate that contract fee.
Yeah.
So what my issue is there is, again, the politics of football. So this is like, Steve was like, where I was going to talk about like Platini being corrupt and, you know, step ladder. But
I think you were going to talk like religion or shit like that.
what I want to talk about is how do clubs get around these rules that have been so stringently, you know, enforced, but like so not stringently enforced. So like Liverpool had an under-18 transfer ban.
It goes down to your last, you were talking about big clubs, right? So the last podcast you had, you were talking about big clubs and who the big clubs were. The likes of Fate can't afford to not those big clubs because there's such a massive investment in football. So then you sort of have this, the politics does play out that way too. You know, like, you can't turn around to Real Madrid and Barcelona and United and all those big sides and say, listen, no, you know, rub them up the wrong way, do you know what I mean? Chelsea were in China, wasn't Kennedy came out and said something?
Oh my, I was going to bring it up later on.
What
Was he doing?
Fuck China?
He said fuck China, and then he said there was a security guard fell asleep. I was like, China's a joke. Laughed my ass off basically.
Yeah.
I was a security guard sleeping against the door. But it's like whenever I took the piss out of Paddy Barnes about all that, you know, like, you can't go to another country as a sportsman and be such a fucking dick that you.
Well, not when you're an ambassador for the club.
Exactly, you're an ambassador for the club and your football and your sport and your country.
Yeah.
So like, whenever that all happened, I was like, he has so disrespected his own country by disrespecting another country that's unreal. Do you know, like, saying that China is the worst country in the world and then buying their TV that is made in China is just hypocrisy. Do you know, like, Kennedy didn't have the fucking right to come out, especially as a player, it's unproven. I don't know what the crack is why a player that young, that unproven can go away and think, I can get out of this.
It's naive. Very naive.
It is naive.
I think it's ignorant, more naive though, but I think he's a very ignorant guy.
Yeah, very good.
But it goes down, it's just social media stuff. But I think the reason why I was bringing it up was like, so, it puts FIFA, it puts the FA, it puts all those, you know, associations in the play where they attack the club for it, they attack them openly for it, you know, and it's the same when it comes to transfers. Do they do it openly, do they hold it back? It's
Well, from what I heard, the FA sent him a letter to talk to him about what he had actually done. If I'm right in saying that, somewhere in there, so.
I hope they do discipline in some way. I think FIFA should discipline because of international representation there.
I have no idea.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, FIFA should step in and say, listen, you've offended a fucking billion people here. Do you know, like,
Very quickly. Very quickly.
Took me 10 minutes.
Sending up a message.
That's your social media causes that problem, especially with the clubs. I would be surprised the clubs aren't controlling their social media more often, because you're a liability. You have, I mean, count your squads down to your under 21 and all that level, your reserves. You have all these names who are representing your club who might say something stupid. Like how often, like us, especially when you're kids, you go out and you say something really, really dumb, but nobody stands above you and say, here, you've done that wrong, there's no consequence to it. But because it's now published everywhere.
I think it was a very stupid decision. So whenever it comes down to it, I think whenever it eventually gets sorted out, I think he'll take it as a learning curve. But I think it's more the fact that just he needs this sort of out from himself, and the club needs to sort it out.
Does Conte have the balls? Now he's...
Weren't he too busy texting Diego Costa?
I know that, but does Conte have the balls to deal with this situation? So, what my issue is with this, as a club that Pezzy has been hit with transfer ban for under 18s, are you happy with the fact that City seem to be laughing in the face of financial fair play? They've spent 200 million on defence so far, and they need to strengthen the midfield.
I personally think that they will get slapped with a transfer ban by the end of at least next season.
Should a player ban follow though?
They will.
So the players that you sign that window, should they be banned from playing with you?
No,
Why?
because it's not the player's fault.
No, but it's the club's fault for signing that player.
It's the club's fault.
Yes.
The club should be penalised.
Yeah, but you're not penalising the player, you're penalising the club by taking the player away.
Yeah, no, but you're pretty much taking that their player away from his job and placing him in limbo.
Yeah, but he's still getting paid.
Well, if they were still getting paid...
No, he's still getting paid. You don't get... like Suarez and Turan and all, they moved to clubs where they were banned, but they still got paid by a club.
But that was a ban of their own accord. Do you know what I mean?
Turan joined Barcelona in the summer and couldn't play for January.
Because they had a ban.
They had a ban.
They had a ban.
They had a ban.
Yes, but then Barcelona was still paying his wage.
Yeah, but this is the thing. They were banned. He was signed after they had already been banned, so that their signing that he had agreed to go to was already in.
Yeah, but then for me, you're still rewarding that club for doing, like, if Barcelona went out right now and spent 500 million on players and won they got 2 transfer windows right, and the next 3 years they win 3 La Ligas, 3 Super Cups and 3 Champions Leagues. It's unfair because they signed Pablo Dybala and whoever the fuck won that league. It's unfair. They strengthen their squad that much.
I think the clubs that are well. See, I understand the financial fair play, and it is unfair to clubs who aren't. They don't have the power to spend that amount of money. The reality is that if you're willing to spend it,
but you're willing to spend it, but at the same time, if you're laughing in the face of the rules and the rules aren't being enforced, that's an issue.
Oh, it's an issue, yeah, I agree, it's an issue. But how do you solve it? So what do you do?
By banning, right? You signed.
That obviously doesn't work.
You signed Bernardo Silva, Ellison, and Kyle Walker for within your budget. And signing after is over your budget, and they can't play for you this year.
I think maybe the control should be with the agents then.
This is another thing, right? This is going to be another topic for another week. But agents are a big issue in football. But the problem is, the agents get contacted by clubs. It's not the agents. Like the agents, yes, they push players on clubs and stuff as well. Right? Why don't you sign BB?
Well, you have agents that are picking up 10 and 20 million for.
Well, put it like this. Apparently, Mino Raiola for Pogba, pocket 20. For Hazard, whoever his agent was, pocket 40. Yes.
If you're in a position you need to play yourself, and
yes, but I'm getting at, it's up to the club to make that final decision. It's up to the club to finalise that transfer. And if the club know their finances don't match that transfer, surely they should be a heftier fine than, oh, you've already got these players. You can sign 25 players, right, in a window.
Yeah.
Right? You can sign 25 word beaters. You can sign players for 2.5 billion. Literally sign 100 million a piece. Get your best club ever together, and the next thing you know, you're hit with a transfer ban for the next 2 windows. That doesn't matter because I have the best club in the world for the next 6 years. Where if you went right, you just had a budget due to your finances of 250 million. But you spent 400, so see ever.
I'd have to look at how to measure it again. Their financial,
so your financial fair play comes in with your income, your expenditures, so finance and debt, income, how much you owe in expenditure, so wages, transfers, agents' fees, board money.
General debt as well.
General debt as well, right? Debt's a big thing. But whenever you look at all that, City last year only made 75 or 90 million in revenue. How can they spend 200 million this season when they're only after spending?
You must expect a cold winter and you'll make a fortune in the win.
But this is what I'm getting at. The owners aren't supposed to be able to put money into the club.
But then what's the point in buying the club? You know, to them boys, when they buy a club, it's like a toy.
But you do
It's like a play thing, you know.
Because buying the club's what the Glazers do. They make money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think people don't. Abramovich is different. Abramovich has pumped over $1 billion into Chelsea.
No.
You know, United were bought, and the Glazers take money from us. So we haven't signed big names in this one besides Lukaku, simply because the Glazers went last year we give you this amount. This year we need to up our profits, so you aren't getting that amount.
I think that's really why Mourinho has been kicking off recently.
I love Mourinho's like wee snide comments. Oh, it's amazing to see that, you know, we've made a tiny, right? People have missed the word tiny, bit of improvement. While other clubs are spending big money and improving massively. And I'm like, he's basically said, Woodward,
Get your
Glazers, get your act together. And he's like saying, I think other clubs have strengthened better. And he's right what he's
It's
saying.
done as a business, and this is the thing. Like as football fans, we all sit and we watch our games. 90 minutes are amazing. You know what? When you win, lose, or draw, at the end of the day, you enjoy your 90 minutes. You look forward to it every weekend, and that's to us because that's what we're interested in.
Yeah.
The problem is that when these boys come in, these are business. This is a business that they want to make money from. So if I sign a player that's 100 million, he's a short seller, like Neymar or Messi or a Suarez. They're a short seller, and they know that they're going to make an awful lot back down to his short sales. You know, which is that's what
It's the same whenever it comes down to when you signed Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
Ibrahimovic as well was exactly the same. He was there. He cost nothing to sign, but he probably cost a bit in wages. But see, whenever it came down to it, see the amount of actual sales that Justin's made in Ibrahimovic shirts probably brought back most of it.
yeah.
I know that, right?
Imagine the letter cost.
I don't know the letter.
What's the cost you for your letters?
I don't know. It's like
Too much.
it was 18 extra quid for for everything, for my name and my what do you call it? My numbers.
I just don't understand the market and how things are allowed to continue the way they are, especially in the light of Blatter and Platini being found out to be corrupt. You know, it just makes me think, is there more corruption than we know, even in the financial fair play, you know, part of the football bodies? How is it allowed to continue? And like, Liverpool got smashed up for tapping 18-year-olds. They got, what did you just get, a year? So you can't sign these players until next window, January, right? City are spending massive amounts of money that they can't afford. I bet they get away with it. I want to know why. How? Explain to me.
Tune in next week to find out the answers.
Next week is bound to come out that, you know, yes, they smashed around. I just don't know, man. It's confused me. It's upset me. It's upset me as well. Don't get me wrong. It's people are going, oh, he's United supporter bitching because they're not spending money. It's a bit more than that.
See, I stand at the side as well and look at that thing as well. Listen, they're signing big players and they're bringing them to get the World Series players. Like I went to see that 2 years ago. Went to see City play Liverpool at Anfield, and the fact that you got to sit down and watch David Silva and company and, you know, all these big names, even from the Liverpool point of view, I was just glad to see these players play. So how often are you going to see them in a lifetime, you know? And I know you're against the whole spending the money.
No, I'm not against spending money.
I'm definitely not against spending money.
In that top, definitely
No,
not.
I'm very
But I'm against this. And Everton have a loophole
I'm
around
jealous.
it.
I am jealous.
Everton had a loophole around it. See, whenever he bought the club, you're allowed an initial investment. So this season is his initial investment. So you were bought by Moshry, right?
Yeah.
And Moshry would say, right, this year
51% or 49%?
49%. Ken Wright still has 50%.
you're allowed to turn around and say, right, this year I'm going to inject this much cash. And it's up to the league to accept that, right? So they accepted his cash injection, right? So Everton are going to spend more than they've made. But Moshry declared it.
So everybody's going to sell with his shirts in it.
Have you seen the section that he's been given on our Everton website?
No, yeah.
Oh, dude, I have to show you for free. It's hilarious. I was showing Anto. There's literally like a full drop-down menu on the menu section for just say Rooney 10, or welcome back was it or something like that or whatever it said.
My favourite one was remember the name.
Just a t-shirt, a white t-shirt with blue writing across it that says remember the name, and that's all that it is.
20 quid.
25. That's all that it is. And I laughed at it. I was like, you know what, that's already making the money back from everything like.
Transfers for about wondering. So we've had in the last few days since we have been on
Well, since we've been on last week, there's been a couple of big
a couple of very big ones.
So Murata was finalised.
Morale was finalised.
Yeah.
We filled Bardsley. I was went from Stoke to Burnley. Hernandez joined West Ham.
Oh.
I was so good, man. So
Fair
good.
play to West Ham.
Mate, I think they've done really good signings. And for anybody who wants a cheeky bet, they're 500 to 1.
What, to win the league?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you want a cheeky Leicester bet, stick a pound on. Benjamin Mendy,
51 million?
52.
Yeah.
His style of play, I think he's going to do really well in Premier League. Maybe not this year, but next year. Reminds me a bit like Ever,
Yeah.
right? City are going out in the market and paying what the market is asking, which I can't complain about because I hope United done the same, but they haven't. So I think he's a good signing. Bernardeschi, Fiorentina Juventus, 35 million. United inquired and were asked for 60, which is another United tax one. But Bernardeschi, I think he's going to be a good sign as well for Juventus. Juventus and AC Milan are going to do well in Champions League this
You
year.
made that point as well, the United tax. Like, these clubs know that there's big money floating around.
That's it, and they asked for it.
And what's like Lukaku going to United for
75.
75, if you're willing to spend it.
We offered 72 for Morata. Apparently we offered 72 for Morata, right? And he went to Chelsea for 60 plus add-ons. The amount 70. So we offered more.
And they paid to have his hair dyed back to the normal colour.
Surprised they didn't pay to go back to blue. Marko Nagovic. What do we think, West Ham?
That's just going to be one of them signings that it's just going to be there and it's going to happen and then it's just going to deteriorate. I don't see why he left Stoke, personally, unless there was issues there. But
do you think he justified enough in the Premier League the last couple of years to justify 25 million? For me personally, no.
No.
Zlatan.
He's Balotelli. He's Balotelli.
I do like him. He's very, very good. Don't get me wrong, but I thought the irony of it was that he handed in a transfer request and got injured the next day.
Yeah. John gets me. Does he suit West Ham style football?
Depends on where he's going to play because they have a lot of players to fit in his role.
I think Hernandez will. I love it. I'm for blowing bubbles.
I think it'll be a good signing.
Do you think so?
I don't think it's going to be.
Would you put him in your team of the year?
What?
Would you put him in the team of the year?
No, but it would probably stick him into my fantasy football team.
Does he file West Ham in the top 6?
Money on City's defensive line.
Yeah, that's true.
Out of the 2 strikers West Ham just signed, Hernandez being 10 million cheaper, which one fires West Ham in top 6?
Oh, Hernandez in a heartbeat.
Do you know what I'm getting at?
He'll bag about 18 goals this season.
Right, 2 very interesting signings up next.
Sorry, I'm not part of this.
Darren Randolph, has anybody heard about this?
Darren Randolph.
It's gone to. Oh, come on. Brilliant. No, it's not the one.
Was that because they signed Joe Hart?
Yes. Did he go to Championship?
Middlesbrough.
Yes.
Darren Randolph won.
This is what gets me.
It's not this though.
I think Randolph's better than Joe Hart. Just being personal, not the Irish patriotism. Joe Hart last year had a fucking shocker at Torino. Last couple of years in City.
How about he was playing for Torino?
No, last couple of years in City.
That's a shocker to
He was
playing
he was at fault for more goals than any other goalkeeper in Premier League.
But defensive line makes your goalkeeper.
Exactly. So he goes to fucking.
Like Company was injured.
He goes to
for a
West
bit
Ham.
there.
He goes to West Ham. West Ham have struggled to keep goals out.
You see, the thing is, that I think he's a good keeper. I just think that the year that it seemed to trouble for him was the fact that it was the year the Company was injured quite a bit, and there's an awful lot of changes there.
He was found out.
And he was found out. You sit there. See, the thing is that you're sitting there and you know that you have to get, and the guy holds that United team together, But in his case, especially when City's gone through so many transitions, especially with
They might need a lot of goals this year.
It's
Did you see Ellison in his debut? His debut.
Is it Ederson? Sorry.
Ederson, sorry. He was at fault for both United goals.
He was the first name, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was at fault for both Manchester United goals.
Was he?
Yeah, Bernardo Silva and then Ederson or Ellison. Right, Javier Monquillo.
Oh, do you remember him?
Yeah.
He's away. Where's he? He's Newcastle, is he?
Newcastle.
Sunderland, ex-Sunderland, ex-Liverpool, now playing for Newcastle. Do you know what? He's going to play for Rafa Benitez. Rafa Benitez will turn him into
Get the best out of him. Right, we'll
Colin
call him Morata.
point slagging him up because he's going to be playing for Rafa.
Morata's went for 60 million. United offered more. I wanted Morata over Lukaku. I have enough for Lukaku, I have enough for Morata, whatever one worked. But I'm kind of thinking it doesn't suit Chelsea the way Lukaku suited Chelsea, and Lukaku doesn't suit United the way Morata suited United.
You can see like next year them going just swap.
Yeah, literally, like each player suits each other club.
Yeah.
But Real Madrid were asking way too much money off
Did
United.
you hear what Lukaku said in an ESPN interview? He said that whenever he was hanging about with Pogba, like he lives in Manchester, so he does, and whenever he was driving around with Pogba,
Go to the restaurant, he would always drive by
he
Old
would
Trafford.
always drive by Old Trafford, and literally Pogba would be like, "Hey, come over here." Like, see, whenever I heard that, I was like, you know what? That's just a mate trying to help a mate out. You know what I mean? That's just like, you know, me working for a shop here and you working for a shop over there, and you going to me, dude, this place is shit.
And then you showing your manager's ass and going, look at the manager's ass.
It worked out very well for Everton because they made a fortune.
They were making a fortune either way.
You
Yeah,
can't deny if a player wants to play for a club and actually is willing to put themselves on the line to play for a club,
Yeah.
instead of just going for a cash fee, you know, or just getting it in the wage. If he wants to play, then
It's hard to say no. Right, Kurt Zuma.
He's joined Stoke on loan, hasn't he?
He's joined Stoke on loan. What do we think? I think he's actually good at this.
I think that was a very good signing. I seen that the other day and I thought to myself, geez, he would have been one that I would have put money in for.
Yeah, I would agree. It would suit like a mid-table club. The upper.
Alright, thanks.
I'm fucking not finished. The upper mid-table club. He would suit mid-table, 12th to 6th. He would suit United. I wouldn't mind him. He's quick. He's tenacious. I like him.
I honestly think if he gets a good season under Stoke, you could see him moving to somewhere else, or else Chelsea will bring him back in. Because like Conte last season brought in Nathan Ake.
That's
Like,
right.
he
Yeah.
brought him back from being on loan, and unless that was
saying that he deserved that.
yeah, he was brilliant. Like, but it was more the fact that like he still had Kurt Zuma there, and he just mustn't not like Kurt Zuma.
There's something about Zuma that Conte doesn't trust, and I'd like to see if he's trusted.
I think he's got the possibility to have Varane in him, like.
But is he
I
good
don't
at the
go
ball?
that far. He's not that good
I think
himself. He's
good
alright
at
in the ball. He's not great. He's not Varane. Chris Samba.
Oh,
That's class.
he's the.
He got fed up getting bananas tossed at him, so
Birmingham?
he's Villa, which is in Birmingham.
With
I thought he went to Harry Redknapp.
No, he's not Aston Villa,
Where's he go to Aston Villa?
with John
but it's in Birmingham, so you're alright.
Jesus, well, what's their cumulative centre back age then?
A million, because it's St. Glenn Whelan as well.
Jesus, that's a full back line. But I suppose experience
Yeah.
is what they need.
Right, and that takes us right up to whenever I buggered off for a holiday. What do we think about the transfer window so far? Overall thoughts on Everton's perspective first.
Well, great, to be honest. What, seven good signings. Probably about, the guts of about 120 million spent, and we already made back 3/4 of it by selling one player. Cheers on it.
No bother, mate, especially because you're going to finish fucking above United if they don't do the business as
But
usual.
So the guy has ruined everything by just firing Lanchi at you.
I know.
But
He's got glasses, spectacles on.
I think
Like Max.
I was listening to, I was watching the press conference for our Europa League game tomorrow.
Who's playing tomorrow?
We play our Europa League game tomorrow.
Oh,
Qualifier,
okay.
it's on it's on
Fuck, that's
ITV.
TV Sport.
It's on ITV 3.
We're an A-score hat-trick.
But
One's a free kick.
he was talking and
And
he
he
was
called
talking
the shirt,
about
they'll say once blue, always a blue.
yeah.
And then at the back there'll be a small United badge that somebody pick up on.
Just so he lifts his shirt up over his head. It's just like the training jersey for United.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Forgot to take it
Picture
off.
Phil Neville, people are going, what does he mean by that?
Fergie made me.
It just reminded me of, was it Arlovsky that wore the UFC wrap when fighting at Rising, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But no, I think whenever it comes to our signings, I've been
He wore the basketball jersey.
really happy. And then I think whenever it comes down to what we've still left, Coleman was saying about the Barkley situation. Barkley is supplement the requirements.
What do you expect from realistically?
What?
In this window, how much do you expect from realistically?
If he goes,
And don't forget, it's this window.
if he goes 30 million,
unique.
I think you could ask more.
we could ask more, but I think that if somebody came in with 30 million bid for him, then yeah, 100%, I would take it, because for the sheer fact that he did have a good season last season, he's got a year left in his contract. If he doesn't get sold, he's literally just going to come back from injury, because he just had a groin surgery, as Coleman said, which was hilarious. Huh?
How can he move him?
On crutches for a while, and then he's going to
Literally.
When's he due back?
a couple of weeks.
So he might be back in time to complete the medical.
It'll be probably, I would say in and around that point.
Do you know what? That's something that's interesting. You would say that when they're transferring you see the news and the broadcasters come out and say that the transfer is determined upon medical. Obviously there's players
Pending medical.
we can't. What happens if they fail that medical? And it's after the transfer window, because it does happen.
Van Nistelrooy.
What happened like
Van Nistelrooy, when he was moving from PSV to United, the first time was supposed to be in 2001 or 2, and during training he fell and snapped his, I think they said it was ACL, and PSV were like, no, he's fine, you know.
a year out of that? Like,
Yeah, he stayed at PSV for a year for his rehabilitation, so United done the medical. The fee was paid. At the time it was 16 million. The fee was paid, and PSV opened up their medical facilities for United staff to come and have a look at him, because they says no, he's fit enough to pass medical, so we can get this deal done, and they can recover United. United sent their medical team said no, maybe was put off for a year, and then we sent him for 18.5 in the next year. So clubs do say no, and there was one this window. I can't remember for the life of me it was, but somebody failed the medical.
The last one, the last big one was was going to Chelsea.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. And they didn't
From
come back.
Marseille or something, or
Yeah, googling it. There was one that came.
I'm not gonna lie, I hate your keyboard.
was it drug related or something along those lines?
I'm not too sure of that.
Probably growth hormone.
There's one day ago for Arsenal. Wellington Silva fails his medical, new classes.
Oh, that there's Wellington Silva. He's been there for.
He was supposed to go to Bordeaux and fail his medical, so he stayed at Arsenal.
He's been at Arsenal for years.
Yeah.
Constantly getting loaned out.
So many fun.
Patrick Schick was supposed to move from Sampdoria to Juventus. He failed his medical, cancelled. Lloyd Remy was supposed to move.
Grammy was the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, Lloyd Grammy. Was he
That was
supposed
the
to go to Marseille?
Liverpool.
It was Liverpool. He was linked with Liverpool, and there was something happened in the medical. He went and did the medical at Melwood, and there was something came up.
I got it. Next 3 months.
Leroy Fur was supposed to come to us a couple of seasons ago, and then he was injured and wasn't able to complete his medical, and then about a month later he joined Swansea.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it does happen. That's what happens. The deal collapses. The only other thing I fucking hate is whenever like you buy a player and you're expecting heaps out of them, and then they injured for a year, and you're like, did I keep your sheet?
It's like Gundogan.
Good done.
Gundogan.
But he's like a new signing for City this year. People forget about him.
Yeah.
People forget he's there because
Brilliant. I love him. I thought he was
well, he
brilliant.
played last year 9 games.
The first couple of seasons, couple of games.
Obviously, he hadn't got like
5 or 6, and then he got.
and then but a few at the start of the season. So
Because he played a couple of games and he was just brilliant. And I thought to myself, do you know what, he's going to be right up.
and now you have Bernardo Silva at that. I'm judging by transfers so far. I know I picked Spurs last week. Judging by transfers so far, and I say so far it's dressed up.
For the
City
latest,
for me.
Liverpool. Listen, we're going to do it with Slanka. That's it.
That's it, mate. You know, he's a 68 goals. He's a striker in fucking League 3.
No, there's one.
And
I don't know.
no one's messing.
Why?
There's no League 3.
That was why,
I
but
said.
I was thinking about.
How shit your window's been too.
Well, no, our window hasn't been bad. I just think that it's value for money that Liverpool.
It's killing. Use like us. Use your smart in your business. You don't like overspending.
But no, but the problem is that Van Dijk's problem started all off because of the tapping up stuff. Which that's beyond me. We did say it before, but it's completely beyond me as to how if they were tapping up, why were they not pulling on it? An apology doesn't suffice.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, it doesn't work. And I'm a Liverpool fan. Then you have Keita, who Leipzig don't need the money, apparently.
You see, that's because they're owned by Rebel.
Yeah.
Biggest club in the world, apparently.
It's connected, like, you know.
Yeah, so
Thanks, Club. I don't even involved in this conversation. I heard that last week. That happened. That seems to slow them down a wee bit. But they seem determined that they're going to work something out. So if they work it out, they work it out. I do.
I like him. I think he'd be worth signing. I don't
You
think
just
he's
get
worth. Yeah, I don't think he's worth the money at the minute, but he might be worth it in the end.
Though I don't think. Oh, sorry. I don't understand why they won't let him sign. They won't let him go now for big money because they're not going to get that big money.
I was saying that like next year is worth 40 or 30 or something.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I say all this here, and it's like
No.
based on what Sky Sports and all the news have told you.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's in the contract. But when they say that there's a buyout clause that apparently starts next year, so they're going to lose. So that's a 30 million there.
But is that worth them to finish second in the league again? Right, random off topic. Let's get away from transfers because we're going to actually talk about this all day.
yeah, we always do. Transfers usually take.
Who's going down this year?
Who's going down?
Early doors.
Huddersfield.
Yeah, I can't see Huddersfield.
I can see Huddersfield going down, yeah.
Though, do you know what? As a Liverpool fan and a Klopp fan, I think that's Klopp's mate that's the manager there. So I'm sort of hoping that
I can
plays on.
see Huddersfield, Brighton, and Burnley.
Huddersfield, Brighton and Burnley.
They play some good football.
Burnley aren't going down yet. They finished 2 out of the table last year.
Well, they
That was
lost.
strengthened.
They lost Keane.
Yeah, Keane's not a big loss.
I know, but the thing.
Honestly, Keane's going to be found out he's not a big loss because he's not been the main guy there.
I know.
I would like Keane, but Keane would have been playing behind Bailly.
Yeah.
You know, like Keane's going to have to cover for Williams, who this year's going to be a wee bit slower again because he's like, what, 33 now,
Well,
34?
yeah, I was watching a video today where a guy was going over our potential lineup, and it was whenever Coleman comes back, it was Coleman, Keane, Ashley Williams, and Baines.
Yeah.
And I, to be honest, didn't really disagree with it because I could see that's exactly, and then maybe Holgate in there, or Coco Martina, whenever he.
Or like Shaw whenever you sign him because he's going to leave United at some point.
Well, we've still got Luke Garbett, best left back up and coming.
My.
Ways up. Milner.
I know, but coming.
He's
He's just started in that position.
Yes, he said the M word.
He said the M word.
My bottom three is going to be so far Watford, Brighton, and Huddersfield.
Right. So, well, I think Brighton and Huddersfield are the two that everybody has agreed with.
I do agree with Watford actually.
I think Watford just got by the fucking skin of their balls. It's very graphic, especially because they trim very nicely for the misses. So it's all skin, there's no hair.
Who do they signed?
Fucking no one's.
You know the thing is though that it's you're looking at the clubs you're going to be in, hoping that the players sell.
Yeah, but
You know.
you see them clubs, they sign so many players. This is the other thing about City. I think City might win the league if they sign smart. If they don't gel under Pep, who I don't rate Pep, I think City could maybe finish 7th next year. Because so many other teams have signed smart.
But you still get that pedigree of
It's
great
a bit-
players in that team.
It's also about the players you keep.
higher.
Aye, you've got your strikers, and you've got De Bruyne, and you've got Sterling.
There's
Beyond
no
that,
reason
I don't
they-
rate Silva this. Like last year, I thought Silva was quite poor. Yaya Toure is going to be another year older, and another year if they didn't give me a birthday cake. So is he going to want to play? Do you know, like, and then it's a full
Get the
new,
sun out of it or something.
it's a full new back line you're basically getting.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they've lost a central defender
With a new keeper.
with a new keeper who's United have already shown is pretty shit.
I'm telling you now, Danilo is not playing right back.
He's going to play midfield.
He's midfielder.
He's playing
He was
midfield.
midfield for Porto.
That's what I was trying to say to people. People are
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'll explain it again for people that aren't good, because I've actually been asked about this about 5 times by other people that listen to the show. Pep likes playing wing backs in the midfield. So whenever the ball passes through midfield and the wingers push up to join the attack, the midfielders fold back into each wing. Are you with me so far?
No. Sorry, I'm not doing that.
You
Just trying to figure it out.
don't dare. You're a teacher, you know this shit. They'll pull back and they'll make a flat forward at the back while everybody else pushes forward. It's a smart system whenever you're allowed time on the ball. In the Premier League, when the ball's going to come straight back into your half and your defence in the middle pushing up, you're fucked. Do it against the motherfucker, I dare.
Positional play there, like, but you're looking for like John O'Shea's players who can play in nets and up front and do a good role.
Don't get me wrong.
Did you not?
Danilo can do it, Mendy can do it. I've never seen Mendy midfield, but like, I know Danilo's done midfield. That's
But
why. That's what
he's
surprised
second.
inside Fabinho, because Fabinho's played second half of the season midfield, first half of the season right back. I was like, why didn't City go for Fabinho? Why aren't United going for Fabinho? Like if Valencia gets injured, who's our fucking right back? Jones, Darmian. What the fuck? Sign Fabinho, you can smash him in there.
It's the old style square pegs.
How many youngsters that plays right back? Fosu Mensah, is he?
Don't get me started. I was going to save this for a private podcast. The rant continues. Fosu Mensah is an amazing dynamic defensive midfielder. See if we played a midfield of Fosu Mensah.
That's written in, what do you call it? Football Manager.
Yes.
No, it says Wonder Kid.
Sorry.
So Fosu Mensah, whenever we signed him from, I'd like to say Ajax, I think we got him from Ajax, he played centre defensive midfield. Joined the United Reserves, played centre defensive midfield. Played the all game at right back, and all of a sudden Mourinho's like, he's tall, he's quick and he's strong, he's a right back.
That's like under 12s.
Right?
The tall
Yes,
under
yeah.
8s.
But then you look at his centre defensive midfielders, they're short, they're good in the ball, and they attack well. And you're like, why are you playing Pereira during our mid-season in centre defensive midfield? Whenever Pereira, for me, is best. Like he should be up beside Pogba when you play Herrera.
Do you put much into like pre-season stuff?
See, whenever it comes
to more fitness, like I know
it's fitness, but what I'm getting at is, see, whenever you're watching Andres Pereira, right, against Real Madrid, and you have, I think it was Cruz, Modric, somebody else, I can't remember who the other two players were, and they all went towards him to take the ball. He left all four standing and played the ball on, and I'm like, yes, it's friendly, but them four players were making a concerted effort to get to the ball, and he's just showed you that you can do that in attacking positions, but yet you've relegated him to centre defensive midfield, which he's not. Do you know, like, Andres Pereira in La Liga last year was 2 seconds. Brilliant. And that's not the reason why we'll get on top, because that's the topic I've got in my head. Andres Pereira last year was only behind Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Ronaldo and Bale for most take-ons. Actually, he was ahead of Ronaldo. I think I'm behind somebody else was ahead of him. So he was number 6.
Defenders one-on-ones.
Yeah, and winning one-on-ones. And he was 6th in La Liga, which, yes, I know a bit about La Liga's defences are shit, but whenever you're in that esteemed company such as Suarez and Messi and Neymar, you're in and around Ronaldo and Bale.
Good. Yeah, of course, that's good.
Then why the fuck is he playing centre defensive midfield? Fosu Mensah is centre defensive midfielder playing there. No, I want Fellaini up front. Why? Because he's 6'4", has a big fucking afro, makes him the forward. Do you know, like, and then he wants to manage it. Mourinho doesn't know how to make it a midfield. See, for me, Mourinho was lucky his midfield won the league with Matic.
He had a Bologna on.
He was smart then, mate, but like,
footballers like.
played well in ASEAN. But like, who's he trying to bring in United? Matic? Are you trying, like, be honest, right? Does Matic win United the Premier League playing with Herrera and Pogba?
He's solid, like. But you see, the thing is that you're looking at your midfield now, you have to. It's changing now, you know, where you're not looking for so much box-to-box midfielders, you're looking for stability in the middle of the park.
Yeah, but Matic isn't stable. Kante, Wanyama, Chan, they're stable. Do you know, like, yeah, but he puts on tackle, he gets about, he's tenacious, he's quick to get across the field.
Your man, we call him Idrissa Gueye, isn't it?
That's why I was talking to Steco about earlier. I would take Gueye in a minute at United. He suits what I want in the player. Fabinho suits. Do you know what I mean?
Like Kante style.
Yes, like Kante. Except for Ronaldo Sanchez, better Kante.
Mourinho will do well at United. He'll build a solid squad, but it'll be as born as sin. It will be as born as sin watch them. And you know what it is, it's just...
Mate, that's Van Gaal, point fucking 3.
But he'll win things now, there's no denying, you can't deny that, he'll definitely win things. But
yeah. Right, why are Spurs aren't saying
Inter Milan was they played against Barcelona, and they completely ruined the games against them because...
it was negative football.
Yeah, it was negative football, but it worked. So
that's it. Right, why are Spurs not signing players?
Do you know what, they've got an amazing squad as it is.
Thank you. Enough said on that we meme that Steco showed. because they don't need anyone.
No.
If they sell someone, so like they need to replace Walker.
Do you know what their biggest?
They don't, because they've got Kieran Trippier, and Kieran Trippier is the
And
same.
who's paying him?
And there's probably a couple of youngsters there.
Yeah, but you want youngsters.
The fact that they
He's
kept
an injury
Pochettino
magnet.
is like,
It's massive.
that's
It's
just-
yeah, that's it.
You can walk away after.
Thank you.
I agree.
Mark made a point.
Pochettino is amazing. Look, here it is.
He makes that team play for each other like very.
I think, was it Harry Kane said just recently there that no big money contract could make him go away from
Because he's
Spurs.
excited about the growth of
Not
the
even that there,
Well,
but it was,
there's Arsenal, isn't
it's more so.
Warriors and Arsenal, man. Isn't
Yeah.
Aye.
it? Is that why you're having this conversation?
That's why we haven't mentioned Arsenal until you brought them up.
I think what he said was that the reason why a big money contract wouldn't actually go anywhere for him would be because of the family atmosphere that they have in Spurs. And I think that
Yeah.
was the reason why the Spurs have turned into such a cohesive unit whenever it comes to being on the pitch and how good they are. Because every player has their position, everybody knows how the other person plays. And I think because everybody is in the midst of a transition, that's why I could see Spurs win the league this year. Because Chelsea, I think, are just going to do the same thing that they did whenever they lost the league to Leicester, where I think that they're just going to have a shitty season. City, again, are in too much of a transition at the back. Liverpool are going to be struggling because they've got Champions League, and United as well.
Have strengthened.
United haven't strengthened except for Lukaku, but
But that's not strengthening. It's just replacing Rooney and
I know,
Ibrahimovic.
but with what he calls,
Learning curve.
but you've also been Champions League as well. I know you had Europa League, but the Champions League is a lot more of a stronger thing where you're going to have to play all your solid players. instead of a couple of youngsters,
Here's what I'm going to
you
say
know.
about the Europa League. Pezzy's team has won the Europa League. There's more games in the Europa League. You travel farther in the Europa League.
Do you know what? To be honest,
It's a hard league
I
for
think
me.
Europa League's probably the better.
I wouldn't say it's better quality opposition, but it's
You know
harder.
what?
It's harder on the players.
Surprising, wasn't it? It's a really good cup, like, you know. It's a good watch.
Like there's a reason why a lot of teams, big teams, I know a lot of big teams are like United. Never people are going, oh, United never won it. Well, we've only ever been in it twice, and we won it the second time. The reason why.
Add that in there.
I'm just saying, like, you know, if Real Madrid drop down, they might lose the first time, but maybe the second time they win it.
It's gritty. It's
It's
gritty.
gritty. It's the championship of continental football.
It's interesting. I mean, I think it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm glad to see everyone these plays. I hope we'll do well tomorrow.
I will do well tomorrow.
God forgive me saying that.
I think it'd be 3-1.
Sorry,
That's
Steve,
a great result.
I hope to do well.
If you listen back to the rest of the season's badmouth Liverpool, and I do nothing but try to build you up, so it's okay.
I never badmouth Liverpool.
It's a
There's
City
no
United.
bias here at all,
It's a
sir.
City United, so.
It's never ever.
We're just getting our time of saying.
The only thing I said about Liverpool was-
this year.
The only thing I said about Liverpool was that the supporters of Liverpool clubs never share the podcasts, which is true.
I liked it last week.
It's true this week,
I liked it last week.
right?
Sorry, say
You liked it, but you didn't share it.
Of the teams in Liverpool
Yeah.
don't share the podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's balls of bass.
No, it's not. Listen to it. I don't slaver that last week. And the other
United are still.
The other thing I brought up about Liverpool was that they were the first club to spend $1 billion in the Premier League. State facts. That's all it is.
It's a fact.
That's a fact. Yes, I took the piss out of it. But soon when it comes to other things, I always say, I hope Liverpool do well. Hope they always finish behind United, yes, but I hope they do well because like they're a restored club. It's like I said last week whenever we were doing the Who's the Biggest Club. I think for me, Liverpool transcend above other clubs that are ahead of them in all them statistical things because of the history.
I think it's the advertisement for Premier League. You want them all to do well because that's the league that we.
See my ideal scenario is United are first and Liverpool are second every year. I'd be happy with that.
And what?
No.
In life.
No,
No.
that's. No.
In life.
I enjoy it.
All United fans at the top, and Liverpool just on
You know, like these are first losers all the time, but look at this season, top and first losers.
It's like kids growing up in running races. Who do you support? United. Who do you support? I can stack it.
Do you know what will make
I
it?
enjoy the fact that the league's competitive. I really do. I think that's like this year was.
It scares me this year because everyone's going to be a beast. You don't know this league this year.
Yeah, and do you know what? The best thing to happen to the league was last year.
Yeah, because everyone believes now I think we'll do it. And you know what the other good thing was?
You could go
Chelsea
against
last year.
Germany, you could be in Spain, you you know, you could look at these
As
teams, like,
predictable.
same all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's a people say the Spanish league is the best league in the world, and you're
It's-
going, well,
Only because it has
It's
the
like I
best
said-
players in the man.
Well,
Exactly.
it's like I said last. I would like to say last night, but it wasn't last night. It was yesterday evening. The guy at work. See, whenever you're watching Premier League and Sunderland last year beat Chelsea or whatever the fuck it was, and you're like, oh, that's another day in the Premier League. See, in Spain, Germany, and Italy, that's front page news. That's like a big story that, you know, Granada went out and beat Barcelona 2-0.
The only time it's
Solid
ever big,
point, actually.
yeah, the only time that it's ever a big deal is whenever it's by a big margin.
Oh, yeah.
See if it's like fucking, you know,
1 or 2-0, you're right, well, it's Premier League.
the thing, Brighton this season beat fucking City 4-0. Everybody's like, holy good fuck.
Yeah.
But usually it'll just be like, you know what? It doesn't surprise me because, like we said, it was the Premier League.
Premier
I'd like
League.
to point out that was my point last week. Fucker, you stole it.
Best fucking league in the world, man. Right, fellas, I think
it's
we'll...
interesting. It is, but do you know what? I know it's your intention. But I mean, overall, it is. And we all are fans, but you do sit and you watch every game that comes on television.
That's it, because every game's
I
going to be a
just
good
sit
game.
and really enjoy it, and it doesn't matter who it is playing. You just sit and enjoy it.
Like, how many shocks was there last year where you went, they actually beat them? And then you better think about it, it's not shocked.
Yeah, exactly. You're not.
It's like a shock when you get a result. Oh, fucking Arsenal beat Chelsea 3-0. How the
The
fuck
one
was
thing
that
I'll
off?
say is that we were talking about Spurs earlier on. That the one game, the games that came up last year, the Liverpool played Spurs were the only games that I crimson thought. Oh, that's gonna go.
John, I love it, or we play Spurs, I'm like, that's 3 points in the bag, maybe.
I don't know.
I think it's
United have a great record against Spurs.
and I think it's going to be. You know what? I just want it to be the end of August already.
It's not the end, August, it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks away.
Is it?
Yeah.
United play the Super Cup, my anniversary date, and then 4 days later we play West Ham.
What day? What date's that start off?
Saturday the 13th, 12th, 13th.
I'm off that week.
You weren't off. You're off now.
Oh, I'm off now. Happy days. Happy days. Looking forward to that. Is that the first? Is that the first like set of fixtures? That's
The first match on Friday,
Friday. Yeah.
and then there's Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah.
And then next year we'll have European Cup.
So sweet.
Back to
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Back to business.
Back to business. So next week, folks, because it is almost the Premier League season, we're going to review our boys' transfers so far. We're going to pick or project the top 3 and
Can I do
bottom
Spurs
3.
right now?
Yeah.
No.
Did you just go through every Spurs member?
Did
Did you spit? Did you even spit?
No, I didn't even breathe. I don't know. I'm actually panicked now. The usually look at Everton has spent a fortune. We're at the other side of Liverpool. What's going on there?
I'd like to say Klopp's playing really, really cool, but I think he's freaking out. And it's just because he looks cool, you don't he's freaking out.
He's cool in that hat.
Yeah.
He's cool in that hat. But I think I've this conversation
needs to
before
watch his tape.
about managers and points. And that's the Fergie factor was always the guaranteed you a certain amount of points no matter how they played.
Fuck whenever you win a Champions League with Anderson in your team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So here, that's Jimmy Traore. He's got the Champions League, man.
Fuck so's Dave May. I see your Dream Tour and really see David May. Right, motherfuckers, please like, share, subscribe. Join us next week. Hopefully Pez will be more regular on the show. It's always nice to have another fucking opinion.
I've been here 3 weeks in a row.
He's been here 3 weeks in a row, he's never
By
shared
popular demand.
By popular demand, I might add.
By popular demand, this week I think you were the big boy because you don't share. People supported me in
For fuck's
that.
sake, right, okay. Everybody on my Facebook that's listening to this, what's the crack?
He's not going to share it, so anybody on my Facebook, his own Facebook, was like, I'm listening to Anto's, not Steco's. That's because he doesn't share.
Yeah.
Alright, love yous. Thank yous very much. Steco Pezzy. I love chatting football with these boys. It's like,
On the toppies tomorrow.
it's what we do. So on Saturday, folks, Saturday morning, we're going to have an MMA podcast. We're going to talk about Mayweather and McGregor. We're going to talk about John Jones Cormier.
Talk about that now.
So if Pez wants to talk about it now, you can join us Saturday morning because he'll get up nice and early and join us.
It's a day off.
Every day's a day off.
Every day.
Is a day off.
Right, folks.
Good night, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.